I don't know how I remember that, but yeah, I remember it because my memory, I can remember things that happened years ago, but I can't remember what I had to eat last week. Messaging my boys. My boys were getting work and I wasn't. I was like, oh, I've been blackballed. Yeah, wonderful. Alright, so obviously back on our video. This one's a bit of a different one. How do I tell you? It's a bit of a story time, a bit of a one-to-one interaction. Obviously, so I'm going to talk about like my past jobs. Yes, I've had past jobs. I've got a current job, but obviously I won't get into that one. So obviously I'm gonna call this series Hustles of the Past. You're probably thinking, how many jobs have you had, Vels? Well, let me tell you, I've had I've had 2 serious jobs and I've had like a 1-2 side jobs in the past. Let's call it that. We had the little side jobs. Okay, so obviously the first job I really had was working in hospitality. Really wondering what is hospitality? That was like maybe being in like a kitchen porter where you've got wash plates or whatnot, or working in a food warehouse, or doing stewardship. So I'll just put all of it together because it's basically hospitality is basically one thing. Okay, so this is maybe about I think maybe I'm like 19, 20 around the time that I started doing this. So obviously the first one I had was working in a security company with my friends during like the Paralympics / the Olympics. So that was like back in 2012. That's a very long time. How do I tell you? So I can't remember how I got the job. I think my friend, he got the job. I think he was looking for a job as well. Then he brought my other friend and then he brought me along. So obviously I remember the whole situation, like I had to go to like the church where they were doing like a test basically. So I had to go there, do the test. The test was like, I think it was like 30, 40 minutes. It was like, I don't think you even test. I think it was just like, you just go write your information, name, address, availability, all that stuff. So I remember we were there for like 45 to an hour. Finally you had to bring ID, you had to bring all your passport, or you had to bring driver's license. It was just a long period. It was just a long hullabaloo. So obviously we do that now. Time goes by a little bit. So this is before the event actually starts. So obviously now time goes by, I think a little bit of time goes by. Obviously we do the whole Paralympics thing now. Okay. We managed to get the job now, and I think by the time, I think they were sending texts to people now at this time. I don't think it was by email. Yeah, it wasn't by email, it was by text. So obviously they'll text you, they'll text your location, time, and what you need to wear. More time the uniform was maybe like a shirt, like a plain white shirt, long sleeve or short sleeve. You had to wear like trousers and you had to wear shoes. So more time, you know what it is, like you had to look the part basically, because like this is like the Paralympics / the Olympics. So you gotta look for it. Well, so you gotta look the part basically. So obviously we worked the Paralympics. I worked the Paralympics, which was in, I think it was like Excel, like a different part of where the stadium, well, it wasn't too far from the stadium. The stadium was like East London where they're doing the actual Olympics. I worked in the Paralympics. Paralympics was actually really good because it wasn't like strenuous basically. It was basically like just standing around like certain sections and like directing people and whatnot indoors, so it was cool most of the time. I know that some people, they worked in the actual stadium itself, so they were out in the heat all the time. So some people working outside, working inside, but inside the Olympic Stadium. I worked inside, but in the Paralympics Stadium. I actually really enjoyed it because I don't want to be outside in the heat. And bear in mind, you're standing there for like a good 7-8 hours and you can't really leave your post. Like once you're there, you're pretty much there. So yeah. So obviously, watching the Paralympics was actually really good. Like it was well, I'll say from the company that I worked for, it was well organized. I can't complain. They did the thing. It was really good. And then obviously the Paralympics had finished, and now we're moving on to we're doing stadiums. So obviously they would get like contracts to get like people to do stewardships basically. Like, so if you don't know what it is, it's basically like when you go to like stadiums or rugby stadiums or football stadiums, you've got those people Like, if you ever watch football and you see the people, like, say like the Chelsea ground, you see the people sitting down across the pitch, that's what we had to do basically, but we weren't sitting down. So whenever they scored, the students had to get up because of the crowd and whatnot. But yeah, so obviously after the Paralympics, we worked in like random stadiums. I remember I worked in Reading Football Club and Twickenham. The Reading one was obviously during a football game. I think it was Reading versus Swansea. I don't know how I remember that, but yeah, I remember it because my memory, I can remember things that happened years ago, but I can't remember what I had to eat last week. Don't fault me. So we work in Reading, Twickenham. Reading was calm because obviously it was a football stadium. It wasn't not too far from London. But the only thing is transport. Obviously, I wasn't driving at the time. Still don't know how to drive. I'm bad. My bad. I need to work on that because that's just nonsense. So obviously now we get there. I think it was like a gloomy day. I think it was maybe like a Saturday because obviously I think it was a Premier League game or Championship game. I can't remember. It was one of the two. So we get there now. We got assigned stations all around the stadium, basically like on the aisles. There's maybe like 2-3. There's like stewards going all the way up, basically. So obviously, when we're working there, it's not hard. You get to watch the football game, just make sure the crowd is, stable. You ask if people got inquiries, you ask. It's just like, cool. I actually really enjoyed that because it wasn't too far from London. Transport, funny enough, they provided transport for us. I was very surprised. We got us like a minivan, drove us there, drove us back, good stuff. Twickenham, on the other hand, it is far. Where I live, Twickenham is far. How do I tell you? It is absolutely far. So I remember, I think we came out of the station. I can't remember the nearest station to Twickenham. I'm gonna need to find out. I'm gonna look for it at some point, or maybe not. I don't know, look for it. And yeah. So I remember we walked down this long road. The road was maybe 10 minutes down to the stadium. On TV, the stadium looks huge. Cool. When you actually go there in real life, it's like anything you haven't seen before in your life. How do I tell you? So I remember we get out there, we're all in the car park, we're all trying to figure out okay, cool, where we're going, where we're working, So they set that up now. So I remember we walked like a little bit and they got them diagonal stairs that go all the way up to the stadium. I remember I was working all the way at the top and I got there and I was so rattled because it was kind of cold and I had to wear like a high vis. If you don't know what high vis is, go look that up. Maybe I'll post a video, I'll post a picture of like a high vis right there, So obviously we get there now, put the high vis on, cool, we get assigned to our stations and whatnot, and then the game starts and I was like, yo, people actually really enjoy rugby. I'm looking at the stadium is packed. I have never seen a stadium packed live. Because basically I haven't been to a lot of stadiums, so yeah. I go there and it is packed. I think it was maybe England versus France or something like that. I remember it was ram packed. It was actually really good. Didn't rain, but the only thing I didn't like was the travel back because obviously now you're getting there at a certain time. Most people are already there or getting there. When it's time to go, everyone's going. So you can only imagine the whole nonsense trying to get back. Yeah. And then obviously I had that job and then other random assigned jobs. It wasn't the company was good. If you were useful to them. If you weren't useful, don't waste your time. More time they won't even holler at you. And I remember they must have messaged me saying, can I come to a couple of events because they needed people. I think I didn't reply back or I said I can't do it. That was the last time they ever messaged me. How do I tell you? The very last time they messaged me. Bear in mind, they were messaging my boys. My boys were getting work and I wasn't. I was like, I've been blackballed. Yeah, wonderful. And then obviously at the time I'm still working in hospitality because that's all I really know, to be fair. I have no retail experience at this point. So I'm just alright, cool. I look for another company in hospitality. I remember their name, but obviously I'm not gonna say their name. I found this another hospitality job. This one's actually really good though because to be fair, they brought me into the next job I'm about to go into. I worked in Wimbledon. Yes, the famous tennis competition in the world. I worked at Wimbledon. This one here was, this one was actually a really good experience because of what it was. I don't know how I managed to get this and how I managed to keep it, but yeah, it was really good. So I managed to apply with this company Obviously, they give you all the information that you need, and then they give you like uniform. They don't give you uniform, they just tell you shirt, trousers, shoes. Strict on the shoes, like there's no black trainers, nah, they're not hearing that. You have to wear trousers. The white shirt, it has to be a white button-up shirt. No exceptions, how do I tell you? So obviously, I go there now. This is like early morning, I leave my house at like 7 o'clock. I get there for like 9 o'clock. It's a whole orientation. I had to bring my ID. At the time, it was my passport. I had to fill in a form. I remember I had to walk up some long place, sign that up. It was just long. Like, obviously, getting the job is good, but then there's a whole process to get it. Myth. So my role at the time was I was meant to be outside work as a steward, but somehow I got finagled into working in the warehouse. If you don't understand, Wimbledon is a big tournament. How do I explain to you? It's a big tournament. Obviously they need food. Obviously where I was working was in the warehouse, so we were organizing fruit and whatnot. So, but here's the catch. It was the night shift. So I was working from I would get there 7 p.m. So people are coming back from the event and I'm going to work. Like, you deep it, like I was working 7 to 7. Like 7 at night till 7 in the morning. Like it, and if you don't know me, I'm the type of person, I don't like working night shifts. You couldn't convince me to do it, because you know why? I like to sleep. And the only way I'd interrupt my sleep is maybe for some money. But then the money would have to be really good for me to do that. So it doesn't really make sense. So obviously let me go back. So I get the job now 7 to 7. I'm packing fruit, food. I'm doing a lot of warehouse stuff where I'm just picking and moving stuff. I'm moving on, like they had like crates where I had to unpack the foods, organize it. I remember it was actually really good because it was nighttime. I was working with like 3 other people. We were actually getting through it a lot. Break time was maybe like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Had some really good food, as you can tell. I love my food. So more time it was just like, like normal stuff like chips, beans, sausage, all that stuff. It was good. And then after you eat, I'm slumped. I don't want to work. I'm tired. I'm damn near useless after that. How do I tell you? Obviously, I do that job for like 1-2 weeks. Unfortunately, the event Wimbledon ends. I had to leave because it's finished. Can't complain. What else? What other reasons? And obviously, when you work for these companies as well, they send you on these wild goose chases and all these weird places as well. I've had to work as like a kitchen porter, where a couple times where I've had to clean plates. Like, it wasn't fun. No, actually, so let me go back to that Wimbledon story. When I first started Wimbledon, I was a kitchen porter. Yes, I was a kitchen porter. I worked in a kitchen cleaning plates. I'm like 20, 21 at this time. I have no retail experience, so I need money. So I'm cleaning plates now. I'm doing this for a while. Someone notices me, and then I ended up moving to the warehouse. That's how that started. And then after the hospitality thing, I'm still doing hospitality for like a good couple of years. Not even a couple of years, I did it for like another year and a bit. I'm just like, yeah, you see this hospitality thing? That's the thing with hospitality. Hospitality is only good for a certain period. Like, and I say the certain period, summer period. Hospitality is really jumping from about June to about August, September. That's like the event industry, basically. Their busiest time from like beginning of summer right up until like September. After that, the event industry kind of goes quiet because obviously in the UK, it's hot around June, July, August, maybe early September, and then it starts to get cold, maybe like September, October, November, then we go into winter. So obviously, that's when people get a lot of work. So at the time, I used to get a lot of work between June, July, August. Those are times where I get a lot of work. So more time I was just grinding. Like, I didn't have no retail experience. I'm just trying to figure out the next step, basically. So I'm like, cool. So I'm doing 1-2 jobs. I'm doing the kitchen porter, doing the stewardships. I'm working in warehouses. Like, it is just a whole process at this point. I'm just like, yeah, how do I tell you? Like, yeah. So obviously during like the whole hospitality situation, did I meet a couple celebs? Unfortunately, I didn't meet a couple celebs. Well, maybe I did, but I just kind of forgot. So obviously, I was working in Wimbledon. Like more time, I remember I used to see a couple tennis games in between, but I didn't see a lot of celebs just walking around because obviously they're celebs. But I did see a couple tennis players when I used to go up there and like walk through the kitchen. I used to see a lot of celebs because obviously they would have their rooms, and then at the far back is the kitchen. So more time I would see like maybe like a couple of them, but like I didn't really see a lot of celebs, to be fair. And working in like as a kitchen porter, I respect people who do that job because it's not an easy job. Like, how do I tell you? It's not an easy job. Like just imagine like you're working in like a kitchen, like it's so fast paced, hella fast, like you're washing maybe like 1,000 plates at a time. Like you imagine you're at like a metal kitchen, you got a hairnet on, you've got like what's the thing they put around I can't remember the word, but like it's one of the things that you wear, the plastic thing, I can't remember what it's called, but you wear one of those gloves and you're just washing plates, like, and it's a thing where like you're doing that for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time. You're just washing plates, like, and then like you know how when you're at home, you're washing plates, taking your time, you're just vibing, you're just strolling, but you're washing the plates. Yeah, like shh. And I like you had that. So basically on the kitchen, you had like a big metal hose and pause, and then you would have to like take it down and like you'd spray it down. Like it's like one of the words I'm looking for. It's one of them like them fast ones where you spray it, it gets a lot of the food off. Imagine you holding that and then like you trying to wash plates with detergent. Bruh, it is. I respect people who work in kitchen porters because it is not an easy job at all. Like it is like it's a grind basically. It is a grind. It's not one of those situations where like you can skip over or try to finesse it. Nah, like you will be washing a lot of plates. Whether you like it or not, you will be washing a lot of plates. Like, and it's a different grind, I ain't gonna lie. And then there was another time where I was working like in an event place, but I was working as a waiter and a kitchen porter. So I remember at the beginning of the shift, I was like giving people their food and whatnot. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know with America how they have that whole tipping culture where like people work and then they expect tips on top of their work. In the UK we don't do that. It's you get paid a decent amount and you don't get tips. Unless like someone wants to tip you, cool. But it's not mandatory like in the US. No, we don't do that over here. So I'm working as a waiter like the first 3 hours of the shift. I'm just like, yeah, this is so, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, for me personally, it was very demeaning. Like, I don't serve anyone food, like, unless it's like mom, dad. Yeah, it's just a myth. But at the time, I need the money. And like the second half of the shift, I remember I was working as a kitchen porter, so cleaning plates again. But whereas I was working as a kitchen porter in the other job, one was better because it was small, but no, I wasn't being rushed because like it was a small room. It wasn't a small room, it was like a banquet room where there was maybe like 50 people. So obviously I was washing plates, but it wasn't like a fast pace like I was before. So obviously it's now a situation where like coming towards the end of the night, everyone has now left. The chef, I appreciate him for this. I don't know if he'll ever see this, but I remember towards the end of the night, he made us food to eat at the end of the shift. I will never forget that. Like this was, bear in mind, this was like 10 years ago. I still remember this. After the shift, he made us food and the food was good. And you know what's better than food? Free food. How do I tell you? Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, hospitality, like, you have to be a different breed to work in hospitality. Like, if you're, let's put it like this. If you're young and you need money, and you need to work like during like a certain period of the year, it's definitely good to get into. Like it might be a bit of a strain, you might be working like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, but the money is usually good. Like the Paralympics, I got paid like, was it like I think it was like $2 grand? And I was like, that was like the best $2 grand I've ever made in my life. The the only time that I made that sort of money or had that sort of money that later on down in the future was student loans. No, not student loans, student finance. I made $2,000 really doing much for like, I think it was like 7 or 8 days during the Olympics. Like, I was thinking, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, at the time, I thought I was rich. How do I tell you, I thought I was rich? I was like, yo, that's lit, $2,000. During the summer period, oh yeah, I felt like I was the richest guy in the world. I couldn't believe it. Again, well, obviously at my age now, I'm much older now and I kind of know the ins and outs of hospitality. And obviously I did events management in uni as well. So me knowing the whole background about it, would I do it again? Yeah, because that's the sort of industry I got into. Like, bear in mind, I did hospitality before I went to uni. So it's not like I went to uni and then did hospitality. I did it the other way. I did hospitality first and then I got into events management in uni. So I always enjoyed events. Like, I always wanted to know the logistics of the events, like how much you'd make, how much you need to invest, like staging, security, risk assessments. Those are the sort of stuff that I was always interested. And I didn't even realize at the time that, like, later on in life, you're gonna go to uni and you're gonna do events management and you're gonna get a degree in it. So would I do it now? Yes. I would, if I had the chance to do hospitality again now, I would very much do it again. But obviously, because I work a full-time job now, it would be very difficult. But hospitality, events management, hand in hand, I would definitely want to do it again. And if you are doing events management or get into any sort of, you want to get into an events management, go do hospitality, go do a couple of shifts or work with a company for a couple of years, get your XP up, and then maybe go into uni, go get a degree, or go do an internship or an apprenticeship. Those are the sort of things that they look for. Because when you're doing events management, they're not looking for like a degree. They don't, like, it's all good, yeah, you know the whole book side of it, but have you actually got like the experience? That's what they want. They don't want you got 2-1 or 2-2 in events management doing all the paperwork, but have you been doing events management for 4 or 5 years? Have you got experience? Those are things that they look for. So if you ever want to get into events management, do hospitality. Go on Google, type in hospitality, go work during the summer, go work for a company even if it's for free for a couple of weeks. Go do it, get some valuable experience. You'll love it. How do I tell you? Okay, the negatives would be obviously the long hours. How do I tell you? So you'd probably be working maybe like a good, you might start like 9 o'clock, you might not finish till 10 o'clock. So like, be prepared. Like I tell you, difficult customers, just like in any sort of retail job or any sort of job, you're gonna come across difficult customers. It's just unfortunately hand in hand with hospitality, unfortunately. Management. If you work for the wrong company, as I found out, they will get rid of you. And they won't even tell you. They will just stop hollering at you. How do I tell you? I didn't reply back to them, or I said I couldn't do it. I haven't received a text from them till this very day. Like, do you know, like 10 years have gone past and I still haven't received a text from them. So I knew I got blackballed from that day. I think they just deleted my number and called it a day. How do I tell you? The things nobody tells you. So basically, long hours, management, difficult customers, yeah, how do I tell you? But obviously, you gotta come with the right attitude as well. Like, you gotta cut, like, if you really wanna get into hospitality or events management, that's the route. If you want quick money or you want something to do during the summer, that's the route. So this is just my advice anyway, but take it what you want as well, so to be fair. Anyways, YouTube, I appreciate this. Another YouTube video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I got 2 more of these, so look out for those. I appreciate the love on all my YouTube videos. Keep watching them. I'm gonna keep making them. Yeah, love.